That's about what it's at out here now, too. Elf. The farm will be right next to it. And guys, I'll need you to watch over the wolf dogs. Perfect. Mother-in-law built the house last year. It's the second house she's built, and it's beautiful, and it reminds me of the possibilities I'll never attain. Yeah. Here's the other thing. I work in that industry. Like, I work not directly in that industry. I work adjacent to it, right? So I see builders all the time that have these gorgeous floor plans and like these gorgeous homes. And then I end up looking at the prices and I go, I'll never afford that. I'm like, I'll never be able to. Never ever. And I think, what is it? I told my mom, I'm like, the only way I'll ever be able to afford it is if you all come up here and buy a house with me. And like put me on the title. That's the only way. I'm like, we have to first of all wait for the crash because come on, recession. And second of all, we have to wait for like my mom, like Mama Luna to come up here and possibly help us with a house. Her and my father-in-law work for the PUD in a very, yeah. I'll never be able to afford a house. I don't think I ever will be able to. It's not for a lack of trying. It's just literally housing costs are so much now that, like, what's the point? When I can rent and I'm now in a rent-controlled environment. So why would I ever? And these people have to maintain all of my, they have to maintain all of my actual appliances and anything else, and I don't have to pay for that. So why would I? Our house has gone up, definitely gone up a lot. We've added an extension. Oh, yeah, you added a lot, though. See, like, here's the thing. Renting's great in some aspects. But in others, it's like, damn, I'd love to be able to call this my home. I would love to be able to call this my own home. And be like, my name's on this title. I can't even afford to rent working part-time and private renting at like $900 a month. And I've been on a housing list for over a year. There's hardly any. Oh, wow, that's wild. I don't have to do any of the expensive purchases. Like, yeah, I don't have to do any of those expensive purchases either. Like, that's the best part. Build a wee flat out back for Tanya. Okay, the original plan for all of this. Before the whole crafting thing came along, right? So, like, okay, but, like, in all seriousness, the actual, like, IRL plan is that best friend Tanya and I are going to end up, we're going to try to get a piece of land and build 2 houses on it. And we want to call it the Homie Homestead. And so then that way, Tanya and I can each have our own place, but live next door to each other. But we can still, like, we can have our own spots, but still, like, live super close, but have enough separation. Like, that's what we want to do. Where did I end up with this? Ended up right there. Wait. that way, like, we can still spend all the time in the world together, and then Tanya can still come into the house and be like, hi, honey, I'm home. And Frozen can go, hey. Because that's the truth. That's what happens. That is exactly what happens. Is renovation cheaper than buying a new house? No. Not always. Depends on the renovation you're doing and the scale of the project, Pete. Maybe we can find something like a hotel, school, or something that's closed and remodeled it. That would give a start for the compound. Ooh, yo. I would say a hotel, right? Stella, okay, you're onto something here, honey. A hotel. Hotel is a beautiful idea. Here's why. We could start collapsing rooms in together, or renovating some of the hotel rooms to be like multi-room hotels, because they already have bathrooms built in. Like, so the bathrooms are already built in. It's one less thing that we would have to stress out about in putting in plumbing. So that's, oh, Stella, you're genius. So hotels would be excellent for that. And they have gigantic downstairs areas, and we could still keep things like the gym, but we could also do things like turning some of the ballrooms into like big giant craft rooms. Oh my God, that's brilliant. With the current market, it was cheaper to buy new construction. Yeah. Like the X Mansion, then Craft Mansion, then the C Mansion. We could be the C Man. Oh no, let's not. Let's not. I will pass on being C-men. Thanks. And then what we could also do is if people want to visit, we could have like temp units. So then that way you could have somebody come and stay, and there's like a temp unit, a couple terms up, or a couple floors up. You might be able to even look into finding long-term hotels with kitchenettes already built in. Yeah. Okay, but for real though, when we go for the wedding, I will film a video of the hotel room, because we are getting one of those long-term units that have a kitchenette. Or it's actually more like, it's a kitchenette. It's closer to a full kitchen. But we're getting one of those units that's got one of those. So I'll make sure I film a video of it so y'all can see how crazy that room is. For a community and most hotels have a kitchen area. So a community kitchen for bigger cooks. Oh my God. Yo. Could you imagine? But you would be a seagull. Okay, that's also very fair, Mint, but at the same point, that'd be weird. We could offer workshops and rent out the extra rooms for... Oh my God! Stella, coming up with an extra business model so then Taki Roche doesn't have to work so hard. For that, we thank you. Rent out unused rooms for income? Okay, instead of renting out just unused rooms just for shits and gigs, rent out unused rooms to family members. So if you have family or friends that want to visit, you can say, listen, the upstairs floors are the hotel portion. And you can come and stay in our hotel in the upstairs areas of of where we live and still be close by. And here's the daily rate. Cammy, enjoy your lurk, babe. I love you. Okay. Kitten rescue bed and breakfast. I love it. Get a hotel that has a restaurant in it. Use that kitchen as a community kitchen. Yes. My God. And then, like, we could just use the common spaces for, like, either learning new crafts or just, like, big giant community stitch and bitch or, oh my God, this is such a great idea. This is terrifying. Did I want to be a landlord? No.